Hello. Welcome back to the Make an Adjustment podcast. I want to thank you for listening. I also want to give a shout out to those that have provided such positive feedback. Um, it's been a real journey for me. I've actually recorded this episode, I think, like 3 times and been interrupted like numerous times, so I've had trouble getting it out. So hopefully we are successful today. Um, so at the beginning of the year, I did a podcast on taking care of yourself and exercising. I said I was going to start exercising more regularly, and to be honest with you, that didn't last very long. So I'm here to tell you why and the adjustments that I've had to make. So join me on I Hate Exercising, and that's why I rebound. But first, I have a sponsor. Sort of. So one of my favorite things to do is getting pedicures. Pedicures is like my relaxation time. But with the economy the way it is and things going on with a kid, a kid in college, a kid getting ready to go to college and all the things, it's the one thing I give up. I don't get pedicures regularly. Because I don't feel like that's where I should spend my money. So I also don't take care of my fingernails. Like, I don't, like, get manicures or anything like that. And when I did, like, the situations where I got gel nails, they destroyed my nails. Like, it took months for them to recover. So I don't do that at all. But I have a job as a therapist now, and I feel like that my hands need to look a little more professional because I use my hands a lot when I talk and I do play therapy. I also pick at my nails when I'm very stressed. So I pick at my cuticles and my nails, and I bite my nails and stuff when I'm stressed, which is right now feels like all the time. Let's be honest. So, but yeah, you should see them like right now. They're not pretty. So anyway, but so I started using those like sticker nails. People sell them at like Color Street, and Lily and Fox is what I use because they were like $2.99, and just to see if I liked them. And I actually did. Like I really thought they were cool. And so I started using the sticker ones, and they were great. And then I started seeing the ones that like require like a UV light. So they are gel nails, but they start off stickers and then they kind of turn into gel. So I actually ended up partnering with Dashing Diva. And you can get the gel nails, the sticker nails, and some magic press-on nails, which I haven't tried yet. I got my first kit that came with the UV light, and I've done 2 sets of nails. I have a couple of TikTok videos on what I got, but I tell you, the first time I was like, this isn't gonna work. It ripped out my hair, and I had to redo a whole hand because it bubbled up. But I have tried it a second time, and I'm telling you, I'm going to post pictures of my toes because they're super cute. They're brighter than I expected, but I actually really love them. So, and I love the new color of the free set I got through Dashing Diva. So, I highly recommend if you want to do something. I get 2 sets of pedicures in one kit that's only $14.99. So that's really not bad at all. So anyway, you can go to dashingdiva.com/make an adjustment and check out what they have. And then when you check out to pay, make an adjustment in for $10 off your first order. So check it out, and I'll post pictures. So as I said before, the headline reads, I hate exercising. I'm very busy, and I actually just feel like it's another thing that I have to do. And then it literally was causing me pain. It wasn't making me feel good. It actually was making me very uncomfortable. So I have discussed this before. I have this weird pain. No, it's not a weird pain. It's just an uncomfortable pain in my lower back, like to the right. And I've had it checked out by multiple doctors and specialists, and they put me on pain medication, which I don't like to take. And they sent me to PT, which I can't afford all of the time. And then as I aged and stuff, of course, my hips started hurting too. So like a lot of pain. And I was reading articles that said that like hip pain is another unfortunate side of menopause, which, ugh, who wants to talk about that? So I would do yoga and feel better. And then I would incorporate my cardio and my weights until the pain would become so unbearable. And then I would quit and the pain would go away. And then the pain would come back because I wasn't exercising. So I felt like I was in sort of like this vicious cycle. And then my husband tore, I think it was his meniscus in his knee, and had to have surgery. And the limping and the pain in his knee was actually causing him also a like pretty significant back pain. And so I was watching that, and I remember my mom and all the stuff she went through. And my thoughts are, I'm not aging gracefully. I'm sort of fighting it every step I can. My husband's attitude is basically that he's already dead, and I don't like that attitude. So that's not going to be me. So I can't remember where I first saw it, but I started seeing videos for something called rebounding. I didn't know what rebounding was, so I looked into it. So when I was young, my mom actually had a rebounder, which was then just called a mini trampoline. And it was more or less a decoration or something in the corner. I don't ever remember her ever using it. I enjoyed using it because I was a kid and I thought it was like a trampoline in the house. So but I remember kind of that mini trampolines were pretty popular. I think like in I guess in like the 80s or so. But I didn't actually think it was a thing anymore. But actually it is a thing. So I started doing some research and I talked to a couple of people and I discovered that it is actually a really good thing. It's good for people at any age, at any weight. And so I brought it up to my husband and he said, and I said, hey, I think we should get a rebounder. And it would help him like get back into like what he needed. So, so then the next day, or the next thing I know, not the next day, I have a rebounder at my front door. So thank you to my husband, by the way, for listening and taking care of that because I actually love it. It sat in our living room for a little while. My kids' friends would get on it, and when they would come over, and then one day I came home and like everyone, you know how you come home and like everyone disperses into their rooms. So like, you know, my husband went to our room, my son went to his, my other son went to his prospective playroom, and I was sort of left out here in the out here, and the rebounder was sitting. There was a movie on, so I just got up on the rebounder and just started bouncing. And the next thing I know, my watch goes off, and it's like, "Are you doing an elliptical workout?" Sure, I'm doing an elliptical workout. So I, with like very minimal, which I felt was effort, it was actually surprisingly relaxing. Just sitting there, or standing there bouncing on the trampoline, not like high, like literally just bouncing. And so I ended up watching the rest of the movie while I got a full, like, I don't know, 40-minute workout in just randomly and stuff. So I was pretty excited about that. And I was like, hey, are there actual like workouts out there that I could do on the rebounder? And the answer is yes. There's actually a ton of workouts out there. And I will give you some of these websites and stuff towards the end. But first, I really want to go over some of the health benefits of rebounding. And I will tell you my story after I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 weeks now. But the friend I talked to, he also had surgery on his knee, and part of his PT program was actually working on rebounders and gaining strength and stuff because you're not doing things on like concrete or, floors or hard surfaces that provide that impact. So the rebounder doesn't give that impact in. So let's talk about some of the benefits. So there's allegedly, well, not allegedly, I found everywhere except for one place. One place says this study isn't true, and I want to like share that because those of you that like to like prove people wrong and troll the internet and stuff, there is one thing out there that says that this study is not true, but everything else I read said this study is true. So there was a study conducted by NASA but it was back in the 1980s that discovered that rebounding was highly beneficial. So, although rebounding had been around for, now it's been around forever, what you can do with rebounding is still kind of adjusting and becoming quite new. So anyway, NASA discovered that the external work output at equivalent oxygen uptakes were up to 68% greater while rebounding than running. Astronauts can lose like as much as 15% of their bone and muscle mass in as little as 14 days in space because of the anti-gravity. So the body quickly adjusts to the fact that there's no gravity. So when they return, NASA uses trampolines and rebounding to help astronauts get back into gravity condition. So like it was better for them to use a rebounder because of the impact was less because they had lost bone mass and muscle mass just by being in space for even like a short period of time. They also discovered that while trampolining, is that a word? Apparently it is a word. As long as the G-force remained below 4 Gs, the ration of oxygen consumption compared to biomechanical conditioning was sometimes more than twice as efficient as treadmill running. So therefore, NASA states that rebounding is one of the most efficient and effective form of exercise yet devised by man. So, which is so funny to me because like it's so not anywhere. You have all these other workouts and stuff. And I think I've shared with you before, I have tried everything to try and enjoy working out. I have tried Camp Gladiator, which I absolutely hated. I know there's people out there who love it. More power to you. That was not my bag. I've done treadmills. I've done gyms. I've done, I still have a Beachbody app that I've done stuff on. And not to say that it didn't never stick with anything because, I do exercise semi-regularly unless I'm, hurting. But I just don't like it. It is something else. I have to get up, take care of the dogs, work out, go to work, blah, blah, blah. Those are all the things. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just something else I have to do. So really finding something that like I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm actually enjoying this is big for me personally. So I know that there's some people out there who like truly love working out and that is their thing and they don't understand me, just like I don't understand them, So hey, we can all live this together. It's awesome. But though, let's do a little less of a technical breakdown of the benefits, because that was pretty technical about all that. But so let's talk about some of the benefits that we understand. But the first one, if you Google this at all, the first one that's going to come up is that it flushes the lymphatic system. And so the lymphatic system makes up part of your immune system, and it removes excess fluid and waste from your tissues and returns it to your bloodstream via your heart, and then is excreted out of the body and the lungs, the skin, the kidneys, and the bowels, okay? But the lymphatic system doesn't pump itself like your heart like pumps itself. The lymphatic system does not. You actually have to like stimulate it and to get all the waste out of your cells. So if you're not doing anything and you're, sedentary, all the time, you're not pumping your lymphatic system. So all that stuff is inside your body. And so jumping on a trampoline, even if it's just the light, gentle bounce, which they call the health bounce as you get more into it, and it's literally just bouncing. Like you don't even have to take your feet off the thing. And but that light, gentle bounce can flush, drain, and stimulate your lymphatic system. The lymphatic system, like I said before, can't flush its own. So this is a great way for your cells to dump the garbage and refresh it with healthy things that protects your body against can't talk today, bacteria, viruses, parasites, and toxins. Okay, so I am not kidding when I say just standing there bouncing up and down is going to stimulate your lymphatic system, and you're going to get all that trash out of your system, which is great, right? Of course, another benefit is weight loss. It can kickstart your metabolism while improving cardiovascular health as well. I read an article called from Rebound Fitness. The benefits of rebounding says that just 30 minutes today burns more calories than running for the same period of time and is easier on your joints. Rebounding burns more calories because as you bounce, your body needs to work harder to push up and down off the mat and then jump out of the mat. So, especially as you get, more, of course, the health bounce that I was just talking about isn't going to do that. But as you get better at the rebounding and you jump higher and stuff, it's going to work for you. It's also kind on the joints. And that's what I told you, that I had a friend, he was using rebounding as part of his knee rehab. Walking and running and cycling puts a lot of stress on the knees and the hips, the ankles, and the feet. And, let's be honest, sometimes your back. So rebounding reduces 87% of the shock of the 80% of the shock. And it, especially when you're using a high quality, well sprung rebounder. It is also a weight bearing activity, so it strengthens bones, larger muscles, and even smaller, stabilizing muscles. So the muscles that surround your knees that protect your knee, or the muscles that surround your hips that protect your hips. So all those are stimulated and work well too. So it can get increased bone density. It helps you heal faster, and it can improve sporting performances. So if you're already an athlete, you can use rebounding to help you even further develop. And it's easier on your body because athletes are really hard on their body, so it's easier on your body. I love the fact that rebounding is truly for everyone. So if you have a child that, you want to get into exercise for whatever reason, they can use rebounding. Seniors, I wish I had known. My mom would have loved this. And I think it would have been so much easier for her and maybe a little better for her because she had knee surgery herself and she had other health issues with her hips. And I think the rebounding would have been great, and she would have done it while watching her doctor pole, which I think I really wish that was something before her stroke that we had looked into. So seniors can use it. There's a play on YouTube. I follow this one group that I'm going to tell you about. But they have videos of an 89-year-old woman who does the rebounding. It's truly for anyone. You can be heavy set, you can be skinny, you can be in shape, you can be out of shape, you can be old, young, it doesn't matter. Rebounding is it. According to an article from Healthline, rebounding also helps improve balance, coordination, and overall motor skills. So I started off really slow, 15 minutes. the 15-minute workouts that I found on YouTube just to see. And at first, my feet hurt a lot. But that has gotten better. And in fact, my feet don't hurt at all. Some people rebound without shoes and some people rebound with shoes. I've opted to rebound with shoes because of ankle stability. I just want to make sure that I'm supported. But I also changed which shoes I use. I actually use like my running shoes versus like I run, but that's what they are versus like my comfy other shoes, my other tennis shoes that I just wear around. But I use my like running, quote unquote, running shoes. That makes me laugh. um, but so though my feet don't hurt anymore as I've continued to grow and continued to use it. Others say that at first, because they are cleaning out their lymphatic system, that they may feel dizzy or nauseous. So that means that the lymphatic system is working. So just make sure that you start off really slowly and that gets better. And then you can work your way up to however long you want to exercise. I personally, because of my schedule, I do yoga on Mondays and I rebound Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and then I do yoga again on Thursdays and I do rebounding again on Fridays. If I miss any other days, I make them up on the weekends. And I try and add a couple one or days on the weekend, but so far I've been like super swamped. So weekends are kind of my days off. I have done it for about 4 or 5 weeks straight, and I am telling you, it is amazing. Like I feel totally different. I can tell that my skin is getting less cellulite. Is that a word? No, I don't think that's the word. But like less cellulite on my legs, which I really hate, especially as we start to move into short season. I hate my legs when they look terrible. So the cellulite is going away already. I noticed that my back doesn't hurt as much anymore. I'm sleeping better. Like I don't think I ever realized how much constant pain I was in until I wasn't in pain anymore. And that has been a huge thing for me. Then I think I'm up to about, well, I do. Today I did about 35 minutes. And then sometimes I'll do like 20 or 30 minutes depending on how much time I have in the morning. And if I'm at home, I'll take a break and step away from my desk and do like 10 minutes of either the health bounce, or a lot of the videos on YouTube will have just like one song where they'll do like a routine for one song. And so I'll do like that one song and then sit back down. And I try to do that throughout the day just so I'm not always sitting at my desk. And I saw another YouTuber who does the same. She keeps a rebounder by her desk so she can just get up and do things. It's super fun. Like, I didn't know I sound silly, but I mean, who doesn't love jumping on a trampoline? But the main thing is that I want to get up and do it, which I've never experienced before. But another thing is my hips have all but stopped hurting. Like my hips were achy, and they have all but stopped hurting, and they don't feel like they slip out of place as much as they used to. I know I sound like an old like woman, but I'm really pretty active, so I guess my body was just trying to fall apart on me or whatever. But I feel better. The bottom line is I'm feeling better and it's working and I'm more energized. And I really am truly telling everyone I meet about it. It's hilarious. We had senior night and I caught myself telling someone during senior night about it and help, telling them that it like literally helps. And, people aren't going to believe me and people aren't going to take my advice. Whatever, dude. But I'm telling you, anyone could do this. I'm trying to encourage my best friend to use it. I've tried to encourage my husband to do it. They're not. but that's okay. I'm going to keep telling you that this is working for me. Um, so, when I first started, I literally just said, hey, I want this rebounder, and my husband got it for me. Okay. So I didn't do any research on rebounders. So before you dive into these research, I want to give you a heads up. I bought a rebounder off of Amazon. It has metal springs. It works. It's great. It has the handlebars. It is fantastic. However, the majority of the people that you will see on the videos all use the bungee rebounders, and you can get some super cute ones, or they have like rainbow bungees or red bungees or green bungees and all this stuff, and you have to put them together. It looks kind of tedious, but I haven't tried it yet. uh uh so I but rebounders do get as high as $1,000. It is unreal, right? I'm not paying $1,000 for a rebounder. I'm not paying $500 for a rebounder. So if you want to get the Lamborghini of rebounders, you can order a Cellar Sizer or the Bellicon. But there are trusted brands out there that you can find for your for a rebounder for a reasonable price. So check Leaps and Bounds, Jump Sport, Becan, like just BECAN, or 1-2-Fit. And I'm actually looking and thinking about getting the Becan 450, 550, 40-inch rebounder next. But I'm also looking at the Jump Sport ones as well. So we'll see. The rebounder, like I said, we bought, has like the handlebar that's like an upside down U that goes across the rebounder. I think the next time I would get a T-shaped handle instead, because the bar gets in my way sometimes, but I don't want to take it off because sometimes I still use it. But I would use, I recommend the T bar one too. So now we'll talk about the videos. And for those of you that are starting out, I highly, highly, highly recommend Earth and Owl. And that's just what it means, Earth and Owl. She has a lot of great videos on YouTube. She seems very smart. She seems certified and knowledgeable, and she has a whole lot. So she has like short little videos, long videos, beginner videos, advanced videos, and she just has a lot, and she's super informative and great. So I would start there. I like her videos a lot, and I have subscribed to her YouTube channel. I also subscribe to Jump and Jacked. She is young and a little more energetic, but she's super fun to watch. Her YouTube channel is mostly like short videos, but you can find full workouts about once a month. You can go to jumpandjack.com and join her website for about $30 a month. But for me, I'm waiting on that because that's a little much. Bounce and Burn is another one that I really like her, but she's also super young. However, she has even less videos on her YouTube channel, and she is also right around $30 a month for her website. So I may eventually work up to those, but for now, I have a lot of options on YouTube. And so I'm kind of sticking to those right now. Because I'm also paying for my boys' gym membership, and I'm still paying for Beachbody, so I don't want to add another thing. There's also a lady called Fabulous 50s on YouTube, and she has a few of those workouts, but she does other things too. But she's really great on hers. There is another one called I Jump Instead, which is a set of twin sisters doing workouts. For me personally, I didn't connect with them, so I haven't subscribed to them. But others of you may also like them, so you should check them out as well. And they, but make your own choice. Find the ones that you connect with, because then you'll still want to do it. Jumpsport.com not only sells pretty reasonably priced rebounders, but they also offer a workout video section for about $9.99 a month or $69 for the year after a 30-day free trial. So if I move up to any sort of payment for rebounders, I will probably go there first. They have a variety of classes, plus even kids' cartoons to watch while they're jumping, so you can have them for your kids. So, full transparency, my husband tried it once and never got back on it, but that's his choice right now because he has, he doesn't have any opinion regarding rebounding. He has a strong opinion about any sort of exercise, right? So, and he is having some back pain that initially when you start jumping, you may feel in like your back. So he's going to a chiropractor right now, so we're letting him do that. So I'm hoping that he revisits this one day and we have a positive story to tell about him as well. With that said, I'm here to say that no matter how old you are, what level of health you're in, but especially if you're older, out of shape, injured, or hurting, check out rebounding. Do yourself a favor and investigate it. Do the research, try it out. You may be like me and finally find something worth getting up and doing every day. If you have tried rebounding or you have a favorite class that you watch, email me at makeanadjustment@gmail.com or stop by my Make an Adjustment Instagram or Facebook page and leave me a comment. And like and subscribe while you're there. So I highly recommend it. I'll try to be brave enough to post a video of me actually rebounding. I have not done that yet. but I may try it. So check out that, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.